So I think my favorite thing about this podcast so far is just when I get to give my take on things, like candidly and honestly and openly, because when I do like review kind of stuff, there's so much to remember. And honestly, like looking at my notes and like reading my handwriting, at some point I have to just like chuck that out the window. And really, I have like strong feelings or thoughts on like a lot, stuff that's happening. And so I don't know. I kind of prefer that more, and I wonder if that's the direction that I should go into, and just talk about things and kind of not worry about doing a review. Um, I don't know where reviews fall into as like news because I always said I wouldn't be a news um, podcast. I was just this is just mainly for like my take on things, and a review is a lot of opinion, right? Like you can give star ratings to a match, or you can tell people like how a show went, and that's fine, and that's what I've been doing so far. But I feel more free, more comfortable, like just giving my takes on like recent things that are happening. But I also, I don't know. I feel like it keeps me connected to the timeline of events in some ways to do the reviews, and that I need to learn to do them better. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't need to learn to do them better. Maybe I just shouldn't do them at all. Like, what do if you have any thoughts on that, feel free to share that in the comments. I'm all for like feedback and growth and iterating and just building upon myself. So if you're hearing this right now, thank you for listening. And obviously, like I'm making this video because I want to talk about the Sasha Willow incident. So, I had a video a while ago where I was talking about the tournament that was going to happen for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. And Sasha is like the hot commodity, right, of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And she was the IWGP Women's Champion. And there were some people that were upset that she lost it and now was going to win the Strong Championship. And I was telling people not to be upset because there's no need. Like, the purpose of Strong is to help build the American market for the interests of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And she's already won the IWGP Championship. She's already been the champion. So, like, it's already a great look for her. So now she can be the first that does both. And what happened during the match was she was about to attempt something from the top rope, but the angle that she was about to stand up on her foot, um, it wasn't good, or it was almost there, but like it was just like she was gonna fall. So it was one of those instinctive reactions where you just kind of jump off instead of like falling or not being able to keep your balance. So she jumps off, um, but it's like less intentional and like more like instinctive, right? And when she does it, she like hits the floor and like hurts her ankle. And so basically, the match, um, I mean, technically it did suffer. It was still enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. Like, for me, as a story just unfolding before your eyes, it was just fine for me. It did not ruin the whole entire show. Um, it didn't ruin the match, but the match could have been better, right? Like, I'm not upset about anything per se, except I'm not even really. I mean, no. Let me hold on. I am upset about that referee not counting to three, because like in wrestling, what I feel like, um, so screw what I feel like, but the ref is supposed to like count to three because it's a sport, right? And I feel like maybe that's what Sasha was thinking. Like, if I just lay here, you know, then the 3 count's gonna happen because it wasn't like, it didn't seem like she was knocked out. You know, it just seemed like she was just selling that she was hurt. But maybe there will be news that comes out that like tells us otherwise. So you always got to keep your eyes and ears open. I always try to be respectful of that. Like just time. I feel like you have people like Dave Meltzer that are just like, they're so used to being on it that they really fucking kill like the whole mood. Like like someone needs to. I, he's such a like respectable. I don't know what am I trying to say. Like I have respect for a lot of the work that he does. I'm sure there are many other people too, and I'm sure every now and then someone just wants to tell Dave Meltzer to shut the fuck up because, like, I don't know. He's just saying something that's like out of what he knows, or like you can't know everything all the time, Dave. And this is just like a moment where, like, lately, like when it comes to CM Punk, when it comes to this Willow thing, like he's been kind of overstepping himself, like from a reporter to like just sounding a little bit negative. Like I want to tell him to shut the fuck up because like let Willow have this moment. You know what I mean? There's that whole Oprah, quote about like preparation meeting, luck and opportunity and all the roads coming to the right place. That was like the worst paraphrase of all time. But point being is that Willow has been working and so hard and like put herself like was able to get herself to a place where she could be in this main event. So in case of like a situation like that happened, she would end up the champion. you know and like not believing in her is not the correct attitude. And there are like some people that so there are some people that actually I really had to watch this match because of what some people were saying, and they were like, she's really green and she could have hurt Sasha. I'm like, I'm sure some of these people never wrestled in their lives, you know and when I look at I was taking a careful eye to find out like when was the moment when Sasha got hurt. And so I saw it, and after a while it didn't seem like so when Sasha got back into the ring, it did not seem like Willow saw it like for the longest time. And a lot of that is because of like the moves and like whatever was happening, like Willow's back was towards Sasha. Like there wasn't a way that she would have known until they were on the ground, and maybe she could have like said something to her. I saw someone get mad about like the second power bomb, and I'm like, dude, fuck off. Like that referee botched that ending, right? Because no matter what Jericho, wants you to believe, like sometimes botches happen, right? And like, I think Sasha was waiting for a 3 count. Uh, it was going to be an early ending because she's hurt. She had to get dragged off right away, and the ref didn't know that. So I mean, like, first off, people like, especially like wrestling fans, have to learn to be forgiving. You know what I mean? Like, dude did not know that that was like why she wasn't kicking out. Like, even though he should have counted to the 3, like I can't really say what he should have done. You know, like he did what he thought he was supposed to do because he was confused, and sometimes people are confused and they make mistakes. And I don't think that it took away that much from the moment. Like the match, yes, but the moment, no. Like you still had international promotion, pay per view from international promotion, where 2 women were headlining for the championship, 2 black women were headlining for the championship. I might have said this before. I'm not sure if I said this in the last video. I don't over obsess on race, but I'm also not gonna not acknowledge it when it's in, you know, important. It's a pretty incredible accomplishment for both of them to be there. That's something that I choose to acknowledge. I'm black and I don't shy away from that. So I'm not, I have no plans on shying away from that on this channel. So, um, but at the same time, it's not something that you're gonna hear me, talk about often as well because of like relevancy. But you know, that was a match for that everyone could enjoy, um, and they surely did. That audience like went nuts. The crowd was they couldn't even start the match just because of the standing ovation and the cheering and all the support and all the love. And I think everyone understood, just like, or everyone took away that that was a very cool moment. That was a pretty, um, a lot of like, it was just an important moment. It was really nice to have that match, to have that match, to have those two in it, to have them main event that pay-per-view. It's awesome that they're able to break barriers. I'm not saying that just because like I have to. I'm saying that because I mean, we really do have to be to do a better job of being a more inclusive society. Like, that's just it. I'm not gonna go in a soapbox. Trust me. I'm gonna get back to the match, but I think what I am so intrigued about now is the possibilities, right? Because for me, you have Forbidden Door. I see, there's Forbidden Door coming up with AEW New Japan. And that, now that you have an AEW talent with the New Japan strong, championship, you can really bring someone Willow's way and create a compelling, incredible match that might get people to believe that that championship can leave her. So, how long do you want her reign to play out? And I think I said, like, in the last video, like, I was talking about, like, her size because of relevancy, right? Sasha or Mercedes looks more like the model of, like, women that are wrestling in New Japan, right? She just does. Like, that's just the case. And they're all beautiful, by the way. Now that does sound like something that, like, I'm trying to be like PC about. No, I'm actually like attracted to, like, all of them. But but I'm being serious though. Like, to be real, the power moves and the strength and the just not being affected by some of these like punches and catching women in the air and just all. Willow is a different wrestler from the person who they were going to put on, who is also a different wrestler but for different reasons, right? It has nothing to do with size. It has everything to do with like attitude and charisma, right? That's not to say Willow's still not different for those reasons, but she's, if the plan was to put it on Sasha, there's Sasha models the women of New Japan Pro Wrestling more. And Willow is also an AEW talent, right? And you also got to think about, like, cultural norms and the fact this is America and that's Asia, and beauty standards. They're different. They just are. So I am intrigued to see, and I would love to see this go far. I would love to see her have a lengthy title reign. Um, Rooting for you all the way, Willow. And I'm really curious to see, like, where that gets defended. Yes, a Forbidden Door, and, like, how her schedule looks now. Um, it's really awesome that she won that. By the way, it really is. Um, but because you don't have to worry about the Ring of Honor Championship. You don't have to worry about the AEW Championship. Now you got the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Championship. And so there's, what is it? How many championships would you consider there to be on AEW right now? 3, 4 for women? That's pretty cool. That is a nice concentration of, wait, 1, 2, 3, yeah, like 3 or 4. 4 if you consider the Ring of Honor Championship and Athena being a part of AEW, but 3 if you just consider the Strong Championship, the TBS, and the AEW Women's Championship. So you have a lot of gold for women on the championship right now. That's pretty cool. But the other thing is Sasha, when she comes back, because she'll heal and she'll come back like, this is the beginning of something, right? Does she? So in my fantasy, like, I would love her to go after both championships. I'd love to see her go after the IWGP Women's Championship again, and then go after the Strong Championship again. And you don't have to unify them at all. You just defend one, one place, and you defend the other place, and you keep the challengers focused on the one that's for their brands, right? Which is hard for me to say for like the Strong side, because I don't know what's the roster of women on the Strong side. I assume that it includes everyone that's just on the the New Japan side, just a regular, that's on the home side. But just because you can maneuver people that way if you need to, I don't know what the deal is with like a dedicated women's roster for Strong, especially because that tournament was just made of working relationships. It wasn't made of like a dedicated roster. So will it continue to be dedicated? Will it be continue to be working relationships, and will working relationships carry that belt? Or will someone from New Japan properly be holding that, or Strong? Will they make a dedicated Strong women's roster? I'm not sure, but what do you think? And what about my takes? Did you like them? You should hit the like button. You should also comment and engage and let me know what you think, and tell me if you saw the match and if you liked it and how it made you feel. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe. You could do that. That's pretty cool. And also ring the bell for notifications so you know when I'm posting more takes. And there's so much to go. Like, there's so many things to talk about, right? Man, this is a great time to talk about wrestling. So I'm glad. I'm happy if you listen to me, and I'm going to keep putting out this stuff. Remember, these are just for you to put on and play and just to listen to. So, keep coming back. Keep paying attention when I have a video. And I thank you so much and appreciate you. So enjoy this one, and thank you so much. See New Japan Resurgence if you haven't seen it. And that's it. Peace.